Morning lovelies, how are you doing? This is Ria Bond, Sunday Long Live, about to do a chilled one. I want to take a look at the mainstream and non-mainstream news. If you want a more upbeat show, move it forward 2 hours if you're watching on Rewind. Today's the 4th of September, Sunday the 4th of September. It's 1:30 in LA AM. It's 3:30 in the morning, New York. It's just gone 8:30 in the morning, London. It's 4:30 in the afternoon in Perth. It's 7:30 in the evening in Sydney. And it's 9:30 in the evening in Christchurch. The world weather: -1 in Alberta, Canada. Toronto +2. New York +8. Rio de Janeiro +24. Los Angeles 18. Acapulco 26, Mumbai 33, Marrakesh +12, Nice 18, Cairo 22, Malaga 12, London 10, Abu Dhabi 30, Cape Town 18, Moscow 7, Pyongyang 14, and Sydney's 22. I hope you're having a lovely day, everybody. We're going to be doing a chilled one, having a look around. I'm going to be playing all sorts of music a bit later. I'm going to be playing some crooners. I'm going to be playing some big bands. I'm going to wind the clock back a bit today as well. Are you having a good day? I hope you are. Morning, night and day. Morning, Barbara. Morning, Fred. I'm going to be covering all sorts of topics, all sorts today. And we've got the chill out in the background, just how I like it in the morning. I love waking up to chill out. I really am just waking up, by the way. Thought I'd share that with you, it's genuine. And I can see Brooklyn is just coming on D Live. Morning D Live. Looking forward to a fab show. Yeah, thank you. Morning Paul Short, how you doing? Hope you're all having a lovely day. Again, in late, up early, so I've only had a few hours sleep. Let me have a sip of coffee. My Sunday boy has messaged me, he's going to turn up in an hour. We'll see how that one pans out. He's got specific orders for my eggs on toast, which I think will be lovely. So we're going to take a look at some headlines today while I wait for you guys to get in the chat. Not that I feel as though I'm waiting at all. I want to change the screen. Let me change the screen and let's see what's going on in the world. I've been cut. The news cycle is absolutely crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. A week in a news cycle. Absolutely mind-bending it is. Right, now let me see if I can find the right screen for you guys. Oh wow, we just got a load of stuff coming on. Who is that? Coldo? Loads of people have just turned up in D Live. Morning D Live. Is that good? I hope it's good. Alright, okay. Wow, D Live's gone nanas. Isn't that amazing? Morning D Live, I hope you're doing well. You're deplorable, are you? So you can't see it. Well, let me see if I can bring the messages up. I don't think that the messages scroll on screen. Oh, they do. Oh, there you go. There you go, guys. D Live, you're on screen there. Going across multi-platforms all over the place. They can see you on VK and Mixer and all sorts of things going on. So drop your comments in there. And we're going to be covering all sorts of things today. Let me change the screen for you guys while I bring it up for you. Wow, thanks for joining us, D Live. We've not seen much action in D Live for a while. Hey, good to have you around, and hello the D Live team if you're listening. They're lovely guys. Go and show some love to the D Live team. They really are. Good guys. Not a bad one amongst them, they aren't. And they're doing something really rather difficult, supplying people with a live streaming service. It's not an easy thing to do. Never mind on the blockchain, you know. So bear that in mind. We're good boys, says D-Live. Okay, I believe you. On the weekends, you're good boys on the weekends. And if you're in there, gamers, I'd love to interview a gamer at some point. I got some hard launch D-Live, love them all. Yeah, totally, we love D-Live. I kind of have to 18 naked cowboy. Oh no. Here we go. All good. So let me try and find a screen. I'd love to grab your chat. Let me say hello to everybody. Have I said hello to everybody? Paul Short, yeah, morning Paul. Morning Silo, how are you doing? And then we got, what's that at the bottom? Olenka Wagner? Can I call you Wagner? Or Ollie? Hey straight white guy, how are you doing? Welcome everybody, this is Sunday Long Live. With me, Ria Bow, going to be covering mainstream and non-mainstream, just hanging out on a Sunday morning. Morning, Sean. Always makes me chuckle. And I'm just going to hang out with you guys on Sunday and we'll kick it off in a couple of hours. Silo will be joining us from Australia along with Hike. He was Armenian born but lives in Northern California. And we're going to have Bull Rocking from the Prairies later on in the day. It's Sunday Long Live, right? We stream all day. So, yeah, so that's what's going on today. But this morning is chilled out. I've done loads of work. On the studio, so a lot of work going on, guys. That's what's going on. Morning, Dappy Hunter. How are you doing? Let's have a look. Right, let's have a little look, and we'll change the screen for you guys. We've got to find the buttons here. Struggling with the buttons. Let's have a look. Here we go. I found it. Let's bring it up from the beginning. Change the screen. There you go, guys. That's what we got. So we got Zero Hedge going on. Okay. Let me refresh the page and we'll have a look at the news cycle, shall we? Let me bring up the things. Duppy Hunter, how you doing? Straight white guy, morning. You had a good week. I hope you've had a good week. So let's grab the headlines here while I have a sip of coffee. And what have we got? We have got second Kavanaugh accuser admits she lies. Referred for criminal prosecution. Wow. Second one. Who's the second one? We covered this last night. No, I heard it mentioned last night on the radio. That's quite interesting. And what else have we got? Anything of interest? I mean, what about the first one? Was she straight up or not? I don't know. We'll have to see. If the disunited States of America is to survive, another big piece. Partisanship rules at the midterms. Really? When I was on the radio last night, I was thinking, I wonder if Miami will ever turn red and California. Do you think it'll ever go red? Can you imagine if they come back as red? Wow. That would put the cat amongst the pigeons, wouldn't it? What's your biggest stories of the week, guys? Let me know. Drop it in the chat. I'm still sipping my coffee after not many hours sleep. Gotta have coffee, haven't you? Goodness sake. Oh, what else have we got here? The US cannot win military in Afghanistan, says top commander in shocking interview. The US cannot win military in Afghanistan, says top commander. What? How many years have they been in there? What? Yeah, yeah. I'm not happy with that. That is so fishy, it's unfunny. The US cannot win military. I've got to have a look at that, guys. Bear with me. Have a look. Right, I'm going to put the speaky thing on because it's still early and that is really small. But, you know, I thought they were just in there to sort of get the opium out, weren't they? Or have they replaced that trade with Big Pharma producing fentanyl and car fentanyl? They're sort of home producing it synthetically. What have we got? Straight White Guy says Tommy's Daisy appeal went well, didn't it? 12 hours. Can you imagine what that's like for that little girl? How lovely is that? To wake up in the morning and Christmas morning and she's got a wheelchair? That's big. That's really big. So that was a really good happening. And I went live during the week running some tests and realised that I was unsure whether the funds would get raised because I thought Tommy people were about Tommy, they were politically motivated. Yeah. And so I was genuinely worried. I thought, oh my God, if this doesn't go well, it's not going to look good. And then, what was it, 10 or 12 hours later, the money was raised and more? I think there's already another funding campaign for another military family, isn't there? I bet the military top brass love Tommy Robinson. Sip of coffee. Might play a tune actually. Let's play a nice tune, shall we? Let me change the screen. Yeah, I just see the military in there as just to hustle the opium. Why else would be in there? I don't understand why else that. Yeah, okay, so that's just me though. But I did an article on it about 4 years ago in the New York station, and that's pretty much what I see. So when I read that, the US cannot win military. I mean, it's not the US cannot win a war or the US cannot win a military battle. That doesn't make sense, doesn't it? Cannot win military. Perhaps I need to read it a bit more. What else have we got in the chat? Let's have a look. Night and Day. Hey Ria, I just took a peek at D Live. Seems like you have a couple of troll types in there. There this morning. What a pity, idiots. Yeah, I just took it off screen. It's fine. They can do what they want, can't they? Or I can just cut the stream to D Live. Let's have a look. Ryan Andrews, fake news. Oh wait, really? Xander. Hey Xander. Or is it just Xander? I think it might just be Xander, isn't it? Morning, Ryan. Morning, Confi Mitchell. Corin. Hi, Corin. Good morning from Saskatchewan. Okay, morning, Saskatchewan. How are you doing? Damn, Trudeau's still breathing today. Big love for gay socks going on in the chat. That's hilarious, isn't it? Big love for gay socks. Let me get hold of this for a second. Right, we've dealt with D Live, that's fine. And what was it? I want to play you a song while we warm up. I just need to warm into this because I really haven't had much sleep. Okay, I'm going to play you a nice chilled out tune. Thank you for joining us, guys. Do I? Really, you have a Discord room full of gamers, really? Oh, what? Oh God, let's have a quick one. Let me play a song. Hey guys, I hope you enjoy this. Let me turn off the ambient. And I'm going to play you Midnight Train to Georgia. I hope you enjoy this, guys. Here we go.
he's come to know. Ooh. He said he's going. He said he's going back to find. Going back to find. Ooh, what's left of his world. The world he left behind. Not so long ago. He's leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Leaving on the midnight train. Yeah. Said he's going back to a simpler place and time. Oh yes he is. Now be with him. On that midnight train to Georgia. Leaving on the midnight train. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. World is his and hers alone. He kept dreaming, ooh, that someday he'd be a star. A superstar, but he didn't get far. But he sure found out the hard way that dreams don't always come true. Oh no. So he pawned all his hopes and even sold his old car. Bought a one-way ticket back to the life he once knew. Oh yes he did. He said he would. Oh, he's leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Yeah. Said he's going back to find, ooh, a simpler place and time. Ooh, yeah. And I'm gonna be with him on that midnight train to Georgia. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. Oh, he's leaving on the midnight train to Georgia. Yeah. Ooh, y'all. Said he's going back to find, ooh, a simpler place and time. Ooh, y'all. I've got to be with him. Oh, that midnight train to Georgia. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. Gonna board the midnight train ride for love. Gonna board, gotta board the midnight train and go for love. Gonna board the midnight train and go. My world, his world, our world, mine and his alone. My world, his world, our world, mine and his alone. I got to go, I got to go, I got to go. Hey, I got to go, I got to go. My world, his world, my man, his girl.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
The new online radio that makes you happy. Morning, guys. Yeah, we've got a lot going on the tech side. Donna, Tibby, how you doing? Corinne, how you doing? Let me put the ambient on in the background. Is that working? Yeah, it's working. Who else? We've got Morning Man Bear. Morning, Chris. Bacon, how you doing? Angler Traitor, morning. Crispy, got your morning all. How you doing? You're having a lovely day. Yeah, so let's get back up to the news, shall we? I still got some technicals to do, but we'll catch it on the other one. I'm not going to let it be at the price of you guys. Let me change the screen. And what else have we got? So, let me have a look at this. The US cannot win military in Afghanistan, says top commander in shocking interview. I'd like to see that. Does the US in Afghanistan mean the same thing to you as it does to me? Because I just thought they were in there for the opium. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let me see the speaky thing, see what happens.
Historians of the now 17-year-old U.S. war in Afghanistan will take note of this past week when the newly appointed American general in charge of U.S. and NATO operations in the country made a bombshell, historic admission. He conceded that the United States cannot win in Afghanistan. NBC News last week, General Austin Scott Miller made his first public statements after taking charge of American operations, and shocked with his frank assessment that the Afghan war cannot be won militarily and peace will only be achieved through direct engagement and negotiations with the Taliban, the very terror group which U.S. forces sought to defeat when it first invaded in 2001. This is not going to be won militarily, General Miller said. This is going to a political solution.
So, they've been in there since 2001. They can't win it militarily. So, yeah, I'm not even going to go there, actually. It just, all roads lead to nothing good, don't they? That's my kind of take on that Afghan thing. Let me get some of your chat. What have we got going on here? Night and day, Chris Peer Bacon. Couldn't agree more. They take our money and then bites the hand that feeds them. Isn't that the case? The special needs people. It's pretty simple, mate. And that says Chris P. What does that say? Fuckers, I'm not really sure what that is. Morning. I'll call you D, okay, if you don't mind. Does the Marrakesh... Well, I've got a detailed report on the Marrakesh agreement on my YouTube channel, where every word of the official agreement is read out. So if you want to know about the Marrakesh agreement, just pop on my YouTube channel and there's a detailed breakdown of it. Well, not a detailed breakdown. You'll find a detailed readout of it, and you'll also find things like a look at the D notice, which silences the media, apparently voluntary, but that's questionable, I've got to say. You see one for Kavanaugh accusers came out and says she was lying. I know, we had it at the beginning, man bear. It's pretty hilarious, isn't it? I don't know if any names are out there or not, though. Not really sure. What else have we got here? Excuse me, it's still early here. 33 trillion reasons why the New Yorker Times is wrong about Russiagate. I had a news headline, actually. It's in another place, I can't get it, but Twitter, oh no, I need to get the headline before I say it out loud. It was absolutely hilarious how crooked and censored the internet is absolutely hilarious. Morning, Sebastian, how are you doing? Hi, what is the new Tommy update? Well, Tommy update, let's talk about Tommy. He was raising money for, I'm assuming you're pretty in the loop, Sebastian, to be honest, but he was raising money for Daisy. He got the money for Daisy easily, it turns out, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. And they've got extra money left over, so he's building a trust. And I know so far that one of the people they want to run the trust, this is a non-profit organisation, he's saying, is Daisy's mum. So Daisy's mum, he has said, is going to be on the trust, and she's agreed to do it. And it looks as though with the money left over from the Raising Money for Daisy campaign, he is going to start putting it into other, I think it's other military families. So that's kind of what I know about it, as it were. What else have we got in the chat? Let's have a look. It's going to benefit military families. Yeah, I think so, Chris P. Yeah, I think so. From what he's saying, because you got the I Am Soldier X movement, haven't you? Hashtag I Am Soldier X. And then you've got the money left over from the Daisy thing, I think. And then you've got his money left over from his court appearance, which was money for his legal bills, and there's a few bucks left over, 6 figures and more. And he was on about starting, I don't know if this will actually happen, I'm just paraphrasing, that he's going to start an InfoWars style European online TV channel. So that's on his radar as well as he's going to sue, I believe, Sky News, Times, and one of the prison wardens. So he's got that to do. And the court date, I believe, don't quote me on this, is the 23rd of March 2019. We did cover the live stream when he was going to court, and he did a fantastic speech. What else have we got here? Night and day. I heard this morning Theresa May has struck some kind of deal with the EU. I can't wait to see what she's given up to achieve it. Well, there's a report in the New York Times, isn't there? And I think the official comment was, it's fake news kind of thing. They're saying, oh, these are the deals, because the EU have put a concession across. So maybe we'll come across that as we go through the news. That could be quite interesting. We'll see what that's about. Let's have a little look down your comments. Did he win? You're sort of speaking amongst yourself. Okay, let's take another headline, shall we? And for those on audio, we're on Zero Hedge, and today's date is Sunday the 4th of November, and the clocks go back today in the US and Canada, I believe. So we equal out with what's going on. That's my take on that. So let's move on. Next headline. A gun capable of fitting into a wallet is being sold by an American arms company. Really? Let's have a look, shall we? Oh wow, can you guys see that? Is that a gun, is it? Look at that. Oh, there's a video, let's have a look.
Hi folks, Aaron Voigt here. Wanted to do a quick video showing how the LifeGuard operates. There's a latch here on the upper part in the frame. This is the barrel latch. Slide that back. You can tilt the barrel up. I'm going to just put a snap cap in there. Slide the latch back, close the barrel, and it will lock closed. There's a similar latch on the bottom on the handle. Just slide that forward and split the 2 halves. Go all the way till it locks open. From there, it's going to operate like a normal gun. You just cock the bolt, pull the trigger, reset the bolt to the half cocked flush with the rear of the frame. That's the position that you're going to use to fold it closed.
Whoa.
There you go.
I have never seen such a thing. How about that? I've never seen anything like that. Let me take comments. Who have we got in? Morning, Donna. What have we got? I think Tom is hearing with the Attorney General next year. It's the 29th of March. There you go, guys. So we've got the 29th of March. The same day we leave the EU, hopefully. In brackets, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. What else have we got in here? I've no problem with guns. If we had more in the country, then I guess we'd be able to defend ourselves when need. Sweet looking gun, says Corrine. I've never seen anything like that, have you? I guess they just get tinier and tinier as the tech gets better or the design gets better. I'm just thinking that would be quite easy to 3D print, wouldn't it? That wouldn't be that difficult if you could buy the plans, because the 3D printed gun that was online was kind of, I don't know if it was as good as that. I don't know. Is it actually any good? I don't know. Would it do what you think it's going to do and what it sort of says on the tin? Be interesting. Let's see what else we've got. California hit by 39 quakes in 24 hours. Scientists warn of movement along the San Andreas Fault. California's in for it then. What else have we got? Kyle Bass interviews Steve Bannon about China's grand strategy for global domination. That's a da-da-da kind of headline, isn't it? Not that I noticed. Sweet looking gun, okay. I try, because the comments aren't directly in front of me when I've got a screen up like this that you see. It's out the corner of my eye kind of thing. You all having a good day? What's your biggest story today? You having a lovely day? I hope so. Yeah, Sunday the 4th of November, my goodness. Not far to go, I don't think. Here's another one. Was anti-Semitic New York graffiti attacker a liberal media darling Obama volunteer? You see the Obama speech? Wow. Yeah, he's not the slick speaker he once was. Far less slick. His chin had dropped, his shoulder was dropping. He wasn't that chin up, shoulders back, addressing the nation. He was far more animated. Looked like a guy trying to sell something a bit harder than he used to. I found the speech and watching the body language really interesting. I'm guessing you guys have seen it, right? Let's see what else we've got. Hackers claim breach of 120 million Facebook accounts, put private messages up for sale. Okay. Hackers claim breach of 120 million Facebook accounts. Okay. What else have we got? What the looming bear market? No, we're not doing finance today. It's a bit heavy, isn't it? I've got to say. Facebook is a sellout, says Sebastian. Yeah, Facebook. Well, with the Atlantic Council running Facebook, it's going to be the land of the fluffy kitten, isn't it? I think. Which is fine if you want fluffy kittens. But if you want the social discourse, I don't think Facebook... Well, no, wait a minute. If you toe the party line, Facebook might be the place to be, along with Twitter. But if you've got any kind of conservative, patriotic views, you're kind of going nowhere fast, are you? And while I'm there, actually, I'm going to grab... We've moved over to a social media site that's just started called Canon.com. Canon.com. Let me change your screen. Let me get hold of this for you. And I'll put it in the chat. Because I promised to give Scott a shout out. I've spoken with Scott. Scott is a Canadian patriot to the core. And it's called Canon.com. And I'll get you a link, which I'm just doing. Amongst all the stuff that I've got to do here, and I'm going to drop it in the chat bit by bit for you guys to check out. Just looking here, bear with me. Right, I've got it. I think that's it anyway. I know he moved servers the other day, so it looks just like Facebook but doesn't act like Facebook. So it's definitely worth checking out. Doesn't show as a link this, so I think something may have changed, but I'm going to put it in there. You'll see the name of it. And it's called Canon.com. There's quite a few in there. Let's see if that comes up. I'll shorten this. Lots to do here, and bear with me. And there's a link. I don't know if it comes up as a link, but you can see it's Canond.com. Canund. Canons.com. And there's a load of people going over there. You'll know your way around because it looks just like Facebook. So check it out. See what you think. We're over there. We're going to be moving forward with it. Free speech is welcomed. You can grow your followers to unlimited. And it's run by a patriot. I mean, what more do you want from a site? I guess you want it to be more established with more people in it, but like anything, he needs to start somewhere. Okay, so where are we? I'm going to play you another tune. Let's take it easy, shall we? Because I need to look at some stuff going on the tech side of things. So bear with me a second. Anybody new in the chat that I haven't said hello to? No, I don't think so. So does Gab. Gab's out, isn't it? Gab's all but done, so that's kind of all but over, really. So, yeah. Guys, I'm going to play you a tune. What am I going to play? I've got to play you the classic Sunday morning, kicking it back and just taking it easy, you know, on a Sunday. I'm still waking up, and I hope you're having a lovely day, and I hope you enjoy this tune. I love this tune. You can't play music on a Sunday without playing this tune, and you'll recognise it straight away. Lionel Richie, Easy.
Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. You see, I beg, stole, and I borrowed. Yeah. Ooh, that's why I'm easy. Like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Why in the world would anybody put chains on me? I've paid my dues to make it. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try to fake it. No. Ooh, that's why I'm easy. Like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, so high. I wanna
Easy like Sunday morning. That's lovely, isn't it? God, you can't go wrong with that track, can you? I'm just chatting with a few tech in the background and stuff while I'm off air. The music is much louder than usual, says Colson. Yeah, we added some preamps, so I'm still working with it, you know, because I'm going to be doing a Boxing Day special where I play loads of old music. I'll run some up in the show today to give you a taste of what I'll be doing. So hopefully it's not too loud. Rhea, your easy Sunday morning will feel more like it when your Sunday boy arrives with your eggs on toast. Isn't that the case? Enjoy licking your lips. That's so funny. Colson, I got volume at 10% and hear it clearly. Yeah, Colson, we added some stuff into this. I added some stuff into the studio. I got hold of some beautiful old tube preamps. I won't go into the nerdy stuff, but yeah, we've got a pretty high output. We added some preamps. I've had a bit of a nerdy week, to be honest, while I bring the audio up to scratch and really get it sounding as good as I can. So I was really fortunate to get hold of these old LA 610s, and they're just gorgeous things, you know. Thoughts from the past, really, when I was running studios. Every studio should have one, I've got to say. Okay, let me bring you up a screen and we'll do some more news, shall we? What's your biggest story of the week, guys, in the chat? What's caught your eye the most? What is the most prominent, do you think? When Silo comes up on the second show, I'm going to be covering all sorts of stuff. I want to talk about AI as well, and the concerns that I have over AI. I have big concerns over AI, so I'm going to be chatting with Silo and Hike a bit further down the line. And we're going to take some more stories. Let's see what else we've got. Drop your biggest stories in the chat and I'll try and grab them right. What the loom... No, we're not doing finance today. We're not doing... Oh, here we go. He's always a favourite, isn't he? Soros partners with MasterCard. Boo. No, Soros... I haven't got a MasterCard. Soros partners with MasterCard to hand out money to migrants. We've got to go there, haven't we? Let's have a look at it. Can't believe that dude's still alive. Let me put the speaky thing on and we'll have a listen to that. Because this is news to me, I'll tell you. Here we go.
Billionaire investor George Soros has repeatedly denied rumors that he is helping to finance the migrant caravans making their way up from Honduras and Guatemala through Mexico with the ultimate aim of reaching the U.S. But that's about to change, as the Open Society founder, who famously financed much of the opposition to Trump's COTUS pick Brett Kavanaugh, is now partnering with MasterCard to hand out money in the form of investment capital to migrants, refugees and others struggling within their communities worldwide, according to Reuters. Through their partnership, Soros is effectively providing open financial support for migrants and refugees seeking to enter the US and Europe.
Well, I've heard people speculate, but I've not actually seen an article on this, so I'm going to do a bit more for you guys and for myself, because I don't know, I've heard so many people speculate that Soros is funding up the caravans coming up from Honduras, but I've not seen anything on it, so I'd like to listen to a bit more there. Hope this is up your street, as it were.
The partnership between Soros and MasterCard, which they are calling Humanity Ventures, is the result of a pledge that Soros made in September to spend $500 million to address the challenges facing migrants and refugees. Statement: Soros and MasterCard declared that government aid programs haven't been enough to solve the issues facing refugees, suggesting that this is a problem that only the private sector can solve. Migrants are often forced into lives of despair in their host communities because they cannot gain access to financial, healthcare and government services, Soros said. Our potential investment in this social enterprise, coupled with MasterCard's ability to create products that serve vulnerable communities, can show how private capital can play a constructive role in solving social problems, he added. Right away, Soros plans to spend $50 million to provide scalable healthcare and education solutions. He intends to invest the money in businesses founded by migrants. Ventures is intended to be profitable so as to stimulate involvement from other business people, so Ross said. We also hope to establish standards of practice to ensure that investments are not exploitative of the vulnerable communities we intend to serve. Soros has said that he would prefer Humanity Ventures to be profitable to attract other business people. It's unclear how, exactly, he plans to earn anything approaching a reasonable rate of return by handing out risk-free loans to migrants and refugees. This comes after MasterCard back in 2016 admitted that it has handed out prepaid debit cards to migrants and refugees traveling through Europe, something the company did with the explicit blessing of the European Union and the UN High Commissioner for Refugees.
Wow, there you go, guys. It's not really new news, is it? This dude's like a thorn in your side, isn't he? He just doesn't go away. I guess not a lot changes in the sense that money talks, so I mean, he's going to leave his billions to the Open Source Society, isn't he? And that's going to carry on doing what it does. What have we got in the chat? Let's have a look. Colson's in there. Morning, Colson. How are you doing? I think you guys are chatting amongst yourselves, aren't you, a little bit? Yeah, I think so. Okay, I'll take on, if I'm not as... Morning, Dillwich. How are you doing? What else we've got? Soros will die with a heavy heart. Evil, evil man. He is Mr. Open Borders, isn't he? He is... I hang out with the Clintons and the Bushes, and he is that dude, isn't he? Morning, Joy. How are you doing? Morning, Ryan. Hope you're doing well. Joy says, good morning from Ambrose. The Ambrose family, HQ. Ria, shout out to Tegan and Kieran. Morning, Tegan. Morning, Kieran. How are you doing? What's it like being 8, Tegan? Happy being 8 years old. Was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago? I hope you're having a lovely day. And Kieran, I hope you're having a lovely day. Thanks for joining us, Joy and family. Anybody else, while people are in there, I'll just give you a shout out. I'm going to be doing a Boxing Day special where I'm going to be playing I'm going to do a journey back in time from modern day, going back through the decades and playing some outstanding recordings and some fabulous songs of which I'll give you a taste. Big band, crooners. I'm even going to go back to Paganini. There's going to be a journey back in time through music. Boxing Day special hangout. You know, check it out, right? Boxing Day is mine to do with what I want, and we're going to hang out with you guys if you want to turn up with me. There's going to be a similar kind of format to this. Catch a bit of news, play some lovely songs, but be going back in time, really. So I'll play something from whatever decade and what was going on around that time. So I'll be doing it. In fact, I'll play you one of the tunes just to give you a taste of my Boxing Day special show that I'm going to do. And let's play one up for you, shall I? Let me find one. I don't think the gamers will enjoy this too much, but I do. Let's take a bit of this just for a Sunday, just to brighten your Sunday up, because I like so many types of music, but you all know this one, and I'm sure you'll like this one. Neil Armstrong, Wonderful World.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The
colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
Number one means you're always on top. Your number one radio.
Cry the whole night through. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Sorry for being so untrue. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river, 'cause I cried a river over you. You drove me nearly out of my head, while you never shed a tear, babe. Remember, I remember all that you said. You told me love was too plebeian, told me you were through with me, and now you say you love me. Well, just to prove that you do, why don't you cry me a river, cry me a river, 'cause I cry a river over you, over you. You say you love me, but you lie. Just to prove that you do, come on and cry me a river. Oh, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. I cried a river over you.
now the ultimate power in the universe.
We are the ultimate power in the universe. I love that tune. Really enjoyed that. Kind of woke me up a little bit. You all having a good time? This is Rhea Bowen, Sunday Long Live. We're going to be streaming with different hosts throughout the day. Our chat room just got trolled in a big way, so we're just trying to sort that out behind the scenes. A load of gamers arrived. I might be changing my mind about interviewing gamers. Yeah, probably. Joy, what else have we got in the comments? Let's have a quick look. I hope I've said hello to everybody. I certainly intended to. Joy says George Soros' response. Oh, it's moved. Where's it gone? Oh, it's gone right off screen. Joy Ambrose. Let me put the ambient on in the background. What are we doing? Oh no, they've just gone in and tore up our chat room. So I'm busy talking to admin to try and sort it out. So, yeah. Where's the ambient then? Come along. I don't hear any ambient. Ah, there we go. Lovely. 243, good morning. Night and day. Hey, Chris, you're Joy Ambrose. Okay, so let's get some more headlines, shall we? Having a lovely Sunday. Yeah, we got properly trolled then. Troll specialists, they are. Yep. Right, let's bring this up here. And we're going to change the screen and we're going to carry on where we are. There we go. Having a lovely Sunday. My Sunday boy will be turning up soon. Right, okay, let's see what else we've got. Here's another headline for those just on audio. This is Zero Hedge. If you think Trump and Powell aren't getting along, there's another sort of implied headline. The real economic shock is yet to come. Trade war deepens across Asia. I'm not going to do it today. It's too heavy for a Sunday, but the trade war is definitely heating up. Jeff Bezos puts the Pentagon on his monopoly boards. Bezos, what do you make of that Bezos guy? He's sort of in with the Pentagon, isn't he? It's not the first time we've seen Jeff Bezos' name next to the word Pentagon, I don't think. So what else have we got in the chat? She has a Sunday boy. Yeah, she does have a Sunday boy. Colson says, at Rhea, which trolls are you referring to? Well, they trolled us in D-Live and then they all got in the Discord, in my Discord chat room. So admin, love the admin. Big up to the admin. That would be Night and Day and Noddy and other people. They're just busy banning them at the moment, kicking them all out. Yeah. So, yeah, they weren't doing love and peace, so we'll just give those a miss, you know. Chris P, who's the trolls? Name and shame, please. Too many of them, Chris. There's loads of them. Yeah, they're I don't know, they do what they do, right? And they hit, yeah. They've stopped in D-Live, but there's loads of them just hit the chat room. So we've got to get them out, and Silo is busy lizzing away in the background trying to get rid of them. If you are nice and you want to, trolls are ugly, because hang the traitor, they are, aren't they? If you want to join our chat room, the links are below. If you're nice, if you're a nice person, you're welcome in the chat room. And it's a newsroom as well, and there's quite a lot going on. So, yeah, if you're a nice person, you're welcome in, you know. So actually, maybe hold that, because Silo's busy deleting all the people that are in there. Let me just take a quick look. Obviously, you guys can't see this, but I just want to take a look to see who's disappearing. I don't see any disappearing. Let me have a quick look. I'm getting messages. Oh, right, okay. Okay, so they're busy lizzing over there. They're doing their thing. Let me come back out. Sorry, I'm mumbling while I sort of sort out what's going on in the background. And Silo, thank you, Silo, if you're listening. He's going to go through and delete a load of people that just got in there. I'm a nice troll, says Joss. The Ambrose family, you're going to be camping in the winter. I don't know about that. God damn, I don't know about that. Glamping, maybe. Right, let's take some more headlines. This is still on Zero Hedge for those on audio. Jeff Bezos puts Pentagon on his monopoly board. Do we want to look at that? Not really. White House says US remains open to new Iran deal as sanctions loom. Interesting. What's behind the erosion of civil society? That's a big... God, where do you start? What is behind the erosion of civil society? What would I say that is in a really short way? Zeros and ones is what I'd say that is. The digital age. There has always been disruptive technology and disruptive people and disruptive groups. We just didn't get to hear about most of them. But since the onset of the internet, everybody plugs in and it's just increased the disruptive nature of any disruptive force by 1,000-fold. It's pretty that simple, really, I think. So it's down to zero. So my answer to that, what's behind the erosion of civil society? Zeros and ones is my take on that. Morning, D. Just woken. What is going on? Morning, sweetie. It's Sunday. I've been playing some lovely music and we're just taking some headlines and we're just wobbling along on a Sunday and just taking it easy, Yeah, that's what we're doing today. So there you go. There's my answer to that. I won't take the article because it will be a huge article. But the question was, what's behind the erosion of civil society? And there is no doubt as well that we are in a cultural crisis. And has the internet contributed to that? Massively, absolutely enormously. You have, for example, trolls out there that have anonymity and their business is to disrupt, and it's not a positive outcome, isn't it? They're getting a kick, so they're trolls. And then you just got people out there that love to hate and give them anonymity and a platform, and they're off to the races, aren't they? That's their gig, that's what they do. Fortunately, they're really identifiable, so it's pretty easy to deal with. So, Colson Penning, the trolls are on D Live, not on here. Yeah, the trolls weren't on YouTube. It's not as easy to troll on YouTube because we've got administrators in. So, yeah, that's all right. It's all cool. It's all cool. It gives an insight, isn't it? I mean, people that have heard me always wanted to interview gamers and see what their world was about. Well, there's a little example of what their world's about. It won't reflect all gamers, though. But it gives you an example. They sort of do these. It's their gig, it's what they do, It's all cool, though. What else have we got? Oh, snap. What's this? Twitter? No, we won't do that one. Oh, CNN. Okay, here we go. Here goes CNN. What are CNN talking about? Okay, yeah, exactly. It doesn't reflect all gamers, does it? But we definitely just got trolled in D Live. Thick and fast. That was an organised thing, that. What else have we got? So for those on audio only, we're on CNN. Take a deep breath. Let's have a little look, see what's going on. Sebastian says fake news. Only. He's the cutting edge of head of dread. Yeah, I don't really get that. Yoga shooter made misogynic comments. I'm a victim. This is going on, isn't it? Who's the biggest victim? China's middle classes were being picked like leeks. It's the normal one then. Let's go on world. World one? Oh no, we've got a different page. Look. You can see that, can't you? Yeah. Okay, Joss. Yeah, got trolls and stuff. So, that's what they do. That's the gig, as it were. What else have we got then? So we're on CNN World. Teen girl beheaded after rejecting someone's advances. Wow. Brexit has undermined Good Friday Agreement. Irish Prime Minister says 17 dead after severe storms in Italy. Okay, they're separate headlines, aren't they? Blimey. Selfie attempt results in damage to artwork of Salvador Dali and Francisco Goya. Okay, I didn't know about that one either. What else have we got? A Nigerian army appears to use Trump words to defend shooting of protesters. Go on, CNN. Of course they would. Blame it on... It's raining, it's Trump's fault. There's a hurricane, it's Trump's fault. Someone's being mean, it's Trump's fault. Hilarious. NPCs. I love the NPC memes. Love the NPC memes. Really good. If you've not seen them, check out NPC memes. They're absolutely hilarious. Grey Anon says, morning Grey Anon, how are you doing? What, there are zombies in here? In D-Live there was. Not in YouTube. God damn it. What a great name. The man half Indian that doesn't have a record of birth in Ireland, that got selected by his party to become PM. Oh, wow. Okay. Sip of coffee, sip of coffee. Yeah, I'm not going to name names, but I've been speaking with a lovely Irish lady and I'm trying to learn more about the current state of play in Ireland. I would love an Irish host, really love an Irish host. And sure enough, one day one will turn up, but I would love an Irish host to keep me and you guys up to date on Ireland. That would be very cool. I would enjoy that a lot. But that is yet to happen. Night and day. Ria, like Silo, I've just cleared out and blocked a bunch of trolls. I'll monitor it for the remainder of the show. Thank you. Yeah, I've yep. Thank you, admin. You're an absolute star for doing that. Solutions. Okay. Right. So let's have a little look. See what else we've got. Mind you, it's the first time we've been trolled. Soapbox gets trolled regularly and they have to have a load of mind you, it's a big stream though, but a big stream, a lot of people watch it on an ongoing basis, so they have to they've got to stay on their toes with that one as well. I doubt whether they're trolled by gamers though. I wouldn't have thought so. What else have we got then? Headlines: CNN, forget conspiracy theories about migrants. Here's what experts say is going on, and it's not about midterms. We've got to look at that, haven't we? I need to look at that. Let's have a look at that. CNN, how often do you guys look at CNN? Not very often, I bet. Let's have a little look. Right, let's put the reedy thing on. Right, I'm not going to rub you guys too much up the wrong way, right? But I'll got to keep an eye on what they're doing. Court
appearance by convicted cop killer Luis Bracamontes. The video gets...
Fish. Right, let's have a little look. Let's see what it says. This is going to be a Trump hit piece, by the way. Don't you know? So, but we're doing mainstream and non-mainstream as well, so...
The images of thousands of Central American migrants packed onto a bridge at the Mexico-Guatemala border flashed across TV screens as leading experts on the region met last month. For Andrew Saley and others gathered in El Salvador at an annual conference on Central America, the so-called caravan was a key topic of conversation. Trump's immigration moves are dangerous political stunts, advocates say. People were fascinated about how it had originated, said Saley, president of the Washington-based nonpartisan Migration Policy Institute. They were wondering, why now? Why are the caravans happening? Is this going to be the new thing out there? But Saley said one thing didn't come up as they tried to sort out the situation: the U.S. midterm elections. Meetings on migration where the caravan was talked about. Not one person mentioned that, Saley said. It's just not on anyone's mind. Tweets from President Donald Trump, a rash of conspiracy theories and rapidly escalating political rhetoric in the lead-up to a major vote north of the border aren't what's piquing experts' interest in the large groups of migrants moving through Mexico. But questions about what's happening, why it's happening and why it's happening now are. We're all trying to make sense of it, Saley said.
Oh right, so the article says we've established It's nothing to do with the midterms, but we don't know why it is. We're not going to look at all options, but it's definitely not the midterms. I love that. Morning, Gary. How are you doing? That's absolutely hilarious, isn't it? CNN. Oh, gift from the gods. Great if you're in the news game, I've got to say. Absolutely hilarious. Let's have a look at the US news on CNN. We've got to do this, guys, because no, who looks at CNN and MSNBC is the funniest. By a country mile, MSNBC is the funniest. Because everybody sort of gets tucked into CNN. But MSNBC is just hilarious. Always worth a laugh. In fact, I'm going to do it now. Why? Because I can. Bear with me a second. This is always worth a chuckle. Just loading, guys, bear with me. Let me move that across here a little bit. We put that about there. Let's have a look at this. Michael Moore, take Trump seriously and don't listen to Pelosi or the polls. Really? On MSNBC? Surely not. Chris in the chat says, I'm surprised CNN is still going. They're funded. They're absolutely funded. Let's have a scroll to catch up on the topic of the day. Yeah, no, totally. Morning, Gary. MSNPC. I saw that, Joss. Have you seen the meme? Love the meme. MSNPC. And I'm guessing you guys know the NPC, non-player characters. MSNPC just fits it so perfectly. I saw a discussion between, did they prefer MS13 NBC or was it, but I prefer MSNPC. Absolutely hilarious. Morning, Anne. How are you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Morning, Robbie. Anybody else I haven't said hello to? MSNPC. Hilarious. Here we go. Here's another headline from MSNPC. Judge rules against Kemp in voter restriction case days before midterms. Midterm votes Tuesday, isn't it? In fact, we were speaking about it last night on the radio, and I thought what Don said was really relevant because he's been in the news game for like ever. And oh my god, I just sounded like a teenage girl. For like ever. And he was saying, you know, he's been covering political stuff for ever. And he's saying that we've never mentioned the midterms so much. But oh my god, it all hinges on the midterms. And I was thinking, that's interesting really, because midterms are on people's lips, aren't they? It's going on. I find that absolutely fascinating. All my Sunday boys arrived. Wait a minute, let me play a tune for you guys. Bear with me. Let me change the screen. I'm going to play you a song. Eggs on toast. Yes, yes, yes. Eggs on toast. Right, what am we going to play you? What am I going to play you on a Sunday morning? Okay, we're going to go there, right? We're going to go there. Bit of a taste of what I'm going to do on Boxing Day. Ella Fitzgerald, Summertime. Love this.
Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high.
singing. You're gonna spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mommy standing by. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mama is good looking. So be quiet, keep still. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna wake up singing. You're gonna spread your wings and you take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you with Daddy and Mommy standing by. They say summertime, the living's easy. What makes it easy? You have to go out and work. So you go out and you do a day's work. It's so warm, it's so hot, you perspire. Yes, you perspire. Then you perspire. What do you get? Perspiration. But you don't mind it because it's summertime and the living's easy. So you say, I think I'll go down. Let's go down and dig the real cool sounds at Mr. Kelly's. You come in Mr. Kelly's and you taste a while. Yes, Daddy, you drink a while. And you drink. What do you get? The check. You don't mind it because it's summertime. The living's easy. What do you care? Your daddy's rich. You got a good-looking mother. Imagine everybody with a good-looking mother and a rich daddy. Summertime. That's what the song says. Living easy. Oh yeah. Summertime. 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 And the living is easy. Thank you.
Summertime and the living is easy. I love that track. Don't know if it's your thing, but it's a bit of a taste of some of the eras we're going to be covering on Boxing Day for the Boxing Day special. So check that one out when it comes along. I nearly got to make my coffee. But hey, here we go again. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Rhea, you're sounding full of the glee now your Sunday boys arrived. Six-pack and biceps. Yep. Let's change the screen for you guys. Let me sort this out. So we was on MSNBC. Let's have a little look. What else have we got? Expected this to be funnier actually, but it's not that fun. Okay, let's have a little look, see what's going on. For those on audio, we're on MSNBC and we're having a bit of a chuckle. What else have we got? They've kind of really changed the sites, I must say. Morning Joe, no. Alright, so I've had enough of MSNBC. Alright, that's snapped. What else have we done? CNN. We've got two CNNs. Oh yeah, so we have You're having a lovely Sunday, guys. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. Oh, we've got the Gateway Pundit. These have some fantastic headlines. Oh, I need to get it back to the beginning. Bear with me a second. And here we go. Let's have a little look. Gateway Pundit for those just on audio. Have I said hello to everybody? Hopefully I've said hello to everybody. You're chatting CNN PC, says Carlson. Nice. So here's the first headline on Gateway Pundit. Here it is, complete list of President Trump's accomplishments in the 2 years since historic election win in 2016. I want to see this. Where is it? Oh, it's not a list then. Where's the list then? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I can't go through all that. So if you want to check that out, guys, there it is. The headline is, here it is, complete list of President Trump's accomplishments in the last 2 years since his presidency, since his historic presidency in 2016. But there's too much for there to cover right now. That would be a show all by itself. So I'll see what else we've got. Oh, someone else did body language. Body language expert on Obama's midterm rallies. This is no longer the confident Obama. This is desperation. There's a headline for you, isn't it? We kind of know that though, isn't it? It's not really new news, so we'll have to see. What else have we got? Anthony Scaramucci, former hedge fund manager who correctly predicted Trump's win, says GOP will hold house. Yeah, GT said that last night. Dave, the space journalist that was in the chat, he's really confident about the midterms, I must say. Gary Gallagher in the chat says a great smart man is Trump. If only the mainstream media would report real news, hey? ? I don't see it happening, guys. In terms of, the big conglomerates and the big news outlets in the US and probably a lot of the world, two names really come up to me, and that is, one is the CFR, so check out the CFR, the Council of Foreign Relations, and the other one is Sumner Redstone. You don't know who Sumner Redstone is? Check out Sumner Redstone and what exactly that dude and his daughter owns, and CNN's part of it. Joyce says, from Paul Joseph Watson, why are the left trying to turn The Simpsons into an all-yellow ethno-state? I know, they've got rid of Apu, haven't they? I see some youngsters online this morning, totally by chance, know who it was, going, why they took Apu off? Why they took Apu off The Simpsons? And one of them piped up and said, well, there's rumours of grooming gang connections. They were kind of young and sniggering under their breath and everything. It was really quite comical. Good stuff it was. What else have we got? Move on. Connections to grooming gang. What else have we got? Let's have a little look. Heads Up Florida, Andrew Gilliam, oops, is funded by dark money from anti-US sovereignty billionaire Soros, Steyer and Sandler. Ooh, that's kind of... Everybody in here, right, has heard the Beto tapes, haven't you? You've all heard the Beto tapes? It's like, oops, that went wrong, didn't it? We like James O'Keefe, don't we? We like what he does. He's, what's the word? Effective, I think is the word I would use for James O'Keefe. Effective. If you don't know, check out James O'Keefe. Good, I made you chuckle, traitor. Hang. Can't call you hang. Or traitor. Should I call you the? I'll call you the for today, okay? And the says no. Gary Callett, at 50 it looks more like a barrel. Right, okay. Oh, Joe Biden whispers softly to small rally Palmer Heights High School gym. We need to see this, don't we? Creepy Joe Biden. Oh, right, I can read that, Joy. One of the administrators will let that through. Administrators, would you let Joyce through, please? Oh, what else have we got? Have we got a video? Oh, there's got to be... Oh, there's no video. How dull. Oh. I wonder if one will show up here. They cut off half the gym to make the crowd look bigger. They made sure they photoed the emptiness. Oh, I was really expecting a video, guys. Sorry. Whispering down the microphone at youngsters. Ooh. Gonna shiver up my spine. What else have we got? Epic media troll by campaign at President Trump rally in Pensacola, Florida. Epic. Not something you sort of... Oh, mind you, it is the Gateway Pundit. They do epic. Here's the next one. President Trump calls out hack Democrats on their fake Kavanaugh accuser, now under investigation for perjury. That's kind of gone horribly wrong for her, hasn't it? I think so. What else have we got? I'm just looking at your comments. Right, you're making some comments about that. Here we go with another one. Crow Indian warriors support Trump and Rosedale in Bozeman, Montana. Wouldn't it be great if Florida and California went red? God, I would love that a lot. Yeah, anyway, moving on. I'm still perusing the chat. If you have any questions, just ask, guys. If you're just joining us, this is Rhea Bowen, Sunday Long Live. This is the morning coffee chill out style, just taking it easy, hanging out. An antidote to rush, and then we'll step it up a gear in about half an hour when Silo comes on. So yeah, we're going to be doing a bit of that. Apparently no hike today, and he didn't let us know. Oh dear. And here's the next one. Hundreds of unhinged and highly ignorant leftists protest Steve Bannon at Toronto debate with David Frum. Interesting. They're gunning for Bannon, aren't they? Bannon is now not in favour, as it were. Are you covering the Trump victory, Rhea? Well, I will be. He's not won it yet, has he? So, yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, definitely. Let me just see, where's that gone? Okay. I'm just perusing your chat. Don't want to do dead air. Yeah, hopefully, yeah. We covered it all the way through American at Radio last night. And, yeah, so we're on top of it. And that's what I was saying earlier. Super Don had never heard the midterms. That term, midterms, being used by so many people. It's fully... Obviously it's a political thing, isn't it? But it's been politicised at a social level, which is quite interesting. I like Bannon, says Anne. Yeah, I know what you mean. I get that. But they're gunning for him though, aren't they? He's out of favour, as it were. Okay, here's another headline from the Gateway Pundit. Young African American beauty accused of racism and fired from modelling agency for attending Tupsa Black Leadership Conference. Okay. That's like a weird thing. Is that in the US, is it? Because I was about to say something, but I need to find out where that is. Where did this take place? Conference read by thousands of applause of the White House and memory. Right, okay, so here's the thing, right? Look at that headline. Right, so I'm just saying, okay. Here's the headline on Gateway Pundit. Young African American beauty accused of racism and fired from modelling agency for attending Tupsa Black Leadership Conference. Can you imagine that if that headline said White Leadership Conference? Just saying. I'm just saying. There's just a thing going on there, isn't there? If that headline, if you just change black to white, all hell would break loose, wouldn't it? It would. I'm all for the whatever. But I'm just saying that If that said white, that'd be everywhere, wouldn't it? They would have been they would have been gabbed. They'd have been absolutely gabbed, they would have been. Wonder how Gab's doing. Does anybody know, right, you lovelies out there, many minds are better than one. Do you know if Gab's content was hosted in the cloud on external servers? Or do you know if Gab had internal servers, i.e. meaning when they get back up and running, all the original content is still there? If they had their own servers, they might still have the content, but if they were entirely cloud-based, I would have thought it would have all been gone. Just saying. The White House, says Paul, and in turn, the Black House, you know, got a thing? Just saying. Oh, I'm just reading your comments now. Okay, we'll peruse on some more, shall we? You're having a lovely Sunday. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. Okay, I'm just perusing your chat. Okay, here we go for the next one. Crazy Eyes Obama loses it at Temper and Wisconsin rallies as hecklers steal his mojo. Here we go for the video. Have you seen it or not? Come on. Please be a video. Oh, I've seen it. It's not that big a deal, actually. In fact, the headline should say heckler, not hecklers. I think would be a fair description of what happened there. Here we go. Again, for those on audio, we're on Gateway Pundit. Jobs, not mobs. Gilliam staffer and commie arrested on battery charges for hurling drink on college Republican. What has happened to the universities and colleges? It is really rather scary, isn't it? As, I don't know, soon, you know, well, they will have already started to leave university and college and make their way into life, like the real world and stuff. You know, if you was indoctrined in that way, and you know you believe in your core that if I feel it, therefore it is. If you're going down that route, they've got to make their way into the real world. But when they realise, purely speculation, guys, just meandering, when they realise that they're not actually going to fit that in the real world, where are they going to go? They're going to go into state institutions, aren't they? Which is an even bigger concern, I've got to say. It's just putting it out there, you know. Liberal hack lawyers group files motion to block Trump admin from asking citizenship question in 2020 census. Bit dull, isn't it? What else have we got? Jobs not oh no, we've already done that one. Okay, this is getting to be old news a bit, isn't it? O'Keefe strikes again. In Senator Donnelly hides support for unions, his wife tells staffers to lie to constituents. That's another good one, isn't it? Every education institute in Canada are leftist ideologies being pushed on people. Good point, Colson. I don't know if everyone is, but you have made, well, Laurier University in Canada was certainly one of them, aren't they? What's the name? She had a run-in, didn't she? What's her name? It's on the tip of my tongue. She did a recent video, actually. I'll think of a name. Right, let's move on to another outlet, shall we? That was the Gateway Pundit. We've got to do InfoWars, haven't we? Got to do InfoWars. Let's have a look at InfoWars, see what's going on. Right, let's see what's going on here. Stop that video. I don't like auto-run videos when you land on a website. I'm not a fan. Okay, let's have a little look. Watch Beto Canvas confronted over Project Veritas video exposing fake something. Mad Max. Watch Jon Stewart's new pro-Trump campaign commercial. I'd like to see that. Do we see that? I think we ought to see that, don't we? Have a look. Where's the video then? Here we go. Oh, we've got a few videos. Right, 6 seconds long.
Unleash your potential with Ultimate Bone Bra at InfoWarsStore.com.
I'm watching the midterms. Man, you would think our country is Mad Max Thunderdome. This guy is like, they're coming from Guatemala, they're coming from Mexico. There's a liberal mob that's coming.
You voted Trump! You voted Trump! Oh,
For the president. You ain't supporting
Muslims.
Bit heavy for a Sunday, isn't it?
And you would think everybody in the country is just like, to the bunker.
That was a bit heavy going, wasn't it? But you get the idea. Wasn't quite ready for that. Let me turn the background down a little bit. Bit better. Okay, here we go with another one. Oh, we've done that one. Let's have a little look. And that one. Oh, here we go. Gilliam staff were arrested for throwing drinks on Republican. Did you see the Gilliam speech? Did anybody see the Gilliam speech live? He was trolled in a big way. But kind of not really bad, not insultingly trolled, but the thumbs down thing on YouTube just went through the roof. Yeah, worth seeing. If you see the live chat on the Gilliam speech, he did. Of course, at the same time that he's doing the speech as well, you've got the Project Veritas video going around, which is absolutely hilarious. Okay, here we go. Ex-Pentagon official, US working to replace Saudi prince. I heard a story about this. What's his name? Bin Hasalam, something like that. And one of his nephews that is shacked up in the US is leaving the US, going back to Saudi Arabia to sort that dude out. So I think they're sort of going in-house now. So the Saudi debacle and falling out of favours just seems to be continuing. And if anything, picking up momentum as opposed to slowing down. Ria, show the student she is a nut job. Is she? Let's have a look. Are we going to help the Democrats, are we? Where's the video? Let's have a look. Okay, I'm kind of believing you already just from the photo that I can see. Crichton, USA, how long ago was the Tommy part of the stream? We were talking about Tommy earlier, though, but we can cover some more. If you have any questions, I'll call you ASA. ASA, if you have any questions, just drop them in the chats. We're covering headlines.
They killed way more people.
Don't pour your coffee on me.
Fuck you, I will.
Than the Nazis.
Do you understand that fascism is here?
What is wrong
Y'all understand that Nazis are fucking here?
What is wrong with you, woman?
A fucking Nazi was just elected in Brazil.
You're pouring coffee on strangers. You have to ask yourself, what the hell is wrong with you?
Nazis are fucking shooting my people.
You're throwing milk at people.
Nazis are shooting my people.
Right,
I don't give a damn.
Nazis are socialists, by the way.
Nazis are not fucking socialists, you dumbass. Pick up history class if you forget.
National Socialism.
National Socialist is the actual name of the...
The National Socialists. Oh my god, as if I don't know this is a fucking
When
history
she starts
major.
mocking you, that's when there's no argument left.
Oh my god. Why do y'all always focus on the socialist part of that instead of the nationalist part of that? Why don't you realize that they're a fucking KPD, Communist Party, fucking Socialist Party in the German parliament at the same time? Goddamn idiot. In fact, I can, because I have class to go to, but I hope y'all realize that you are normalizing and enabling Nazis. And you can film me, I don't give a shit. Listen here.
11 of my people are fucking dead this weekend. 2 black people are dead in Kentucky.
Yeah.
These are fucking nationalist murderers. That
you
is
really
normalizing. Do you really care?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's. I don't know.
Cool.
I'm so sorry.
These are the people we've got to look forward to coming out of university. She should get a gig in the government. She probably will get a gig in government, won't she? Where else is she going to go? What else have we got? I was just wondered what the latest is about Tommy, says ASA. Okay, ASA, thanks for joining us. We cover the main. This is Rhea Barnes, Sunday Long Live Radio, and this is stream will go on all day. Well, the best part of the day anyway. This show is just a chill out, coffee, wake up Sunday morning. The time now is 12 minutes past 10 a.m. in the UK, and it's just a chill out, wake up, hang out with some lovely people in the chat. And another show will start in about 15 minutes. Where there's music and we have an Australian host on and stuff like that. So the latest with Tommy, which I'm sure you're probably up to date on, and so is everybody else, is he raised the money for Daisy for her wheelchair, and there's money left over, and he's opening a trust, and one of the trustees will be Daisy's mum. So I'm guessing you know that, right? Morning, Loki, how you doing? Did you enjoy that clip? I enjoyed that clip. What an idiot, says Joss. A useful one. Yeah, that's right. I didn't see that. Yeah. Totally. Absolutely hilarious. Love it. Well, these youngsters are going to be making their way into the world, aren't they? It's kind of funny in itself, but I don't know exactly where they're going to fit in. But hey, I guess wait and see. Let's see what else we've got. Live Saturday Info Wars. Biko, done that. She was just TV gold. We like her. We've got the Saudi that's starting to go internal, I believe. Trump rails against Kavanaugh accuser who admitted to lying. They're going to turn her inside out, aren't they? What else have we got? Clinton, yeah, thanks. I had heard that. Yeah, ASA. I don't have any more than that. He's super busy, so yeah. But you're welcome to stick around. We cover the mainstream and non-mainstream headlines. That's what goes on the morning coffee chill out with me, and the Australian host will be joining in about 15 minutes, and then following that there'll be a Canadian host as well as the stream goes on. That's what's going on here, guys. I can't really read that very well. Diversity preaching media far whiter. Whiting? I think so. More male than US workforce. Okay. Another Kavanaugh accuser admits fabricating rape story. Another. That's interesting. There's your word, isn't it? Another. Reporter accuses Trump of encouraging political violence. Trump flips the script. Good. His rallies are packed, aren't they? They are absolutely packed. Anybody in the chat I haven't said hello to? I'm just perusing your comments down there. Okay, so you've done that. I might do another tune actually, while I just tend to my eggs on toast. Let me stop this, and I'll stop that, and I'm going to play you a tune. Let's go something not as old, because I want to do that another day. Here's a track that's been floating around the UK, had a lot of airplay of late, so I'll play it, give you some idea. If I can just find it, I've just seen it somewhere. Here it is. It's a bit upbeat for a Sunday, actually. I'm not happy about that. Just perusing some... Oh, here's one for a Sunday. Let's go Marvin Gaye. Yeah, we can't go. Let's get it on. Can't go wrong with this one, can you?
I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on. Oh, come on. Woo. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's love, baby. Let's get it on. Sugar, let's get it on. Ooh, we're all sensitive people with so much to give. Understand each other. Since we got to be here, let's live. I love you. There's nothing wrong with me loving you, baby, no, no. And giving yourself to me can never be wrong if the love is true. Oh, baby. Don't you know how sweet and wonderful life can be? I'm asking you, baby, to get it on with me. I ain't gonna worry, I ain't gonna push, I won't push you, baby. Come on, baby. Stop being around the bush. Hey, let's get it on. Get it on. You know what I'm talking about. Come on, baby. Hey, hey, let your love come out. If you believe in love, let's get it on. Ooh, let's get it on, baby. This minute, oh yeah, let's get it on. Please get it on. Come on, darling. Stop beating around the bush. Oh, gonna get it on. Threatening you, baby. I wanna get it on. You don't have to worry that it's wrong. If the spirit moves you, let me groove. Good, let your love come down. Oh, get it on. Come on, baby. Do you know what I mean? I'm being sanctified. Hey, girl, you give me good feelings.
Number one means you're always on top. Your number one radio.
In the public interest, the EIB Network, in conjunction with the National Condom Educational Project, present Safe Snorting, Do's and Don'ts. After a number of today's youngsters were injured doing incredibly ignorant thrill challenges, parents were in need of a safe alternative to driving while blindfolded, eyeball piercing, or the Tide Pod Challenge. While it might seem strange to mom and dad, condom snorting can be good, clean fun if done correctly. Always provide the child with small to average size pre-lubricated condoms. Avoid Black Anaconda or Superhero. Limit the use of ribbed or textured condoms to end frequent trips to the emergency room. And for a special treat, flavored condoms at snack time are always a favorite.
Thanks, Mom!
Have a good time!
Don't be judgmental, or they will do something else that'll damage their brain even more.
I did it! I did it!
Here, honey, try another.
Okay.
Give me an aspirin for this migraine, and I won't care what Media Matters says again. Reputation's gone, they hate me back at home. I shouldn't have written the letter. How could I know it would make Limbaugh's day? I just wanted to lean a little bit on Mark May. Reputation's gone, they hate me back at home. I shouldn't have written the letter. Well, I wrote him a letter, said I shouldn't be on the radio, no. Then he auctioned it for charity, made a fool of me, and he raised a lot of dough. Anyway, yeah, give me an aspirin for this migraine, and I won't care what Media Matters says again. Reputation's gone, they hate me back at home. I shouldn't have written the letter. I shouldn't have written the letter. I shouldn't have written the letter.
Jim Comey's new book continues to capture America's landfills. A higher loyalty to the left, truth, lies, and what's the difference? Taken directly from Jim Comey's copious day-to-day notes of facts, observations, and important decisions. This former FBI director takes you on a surprising tour of his moral compass. Like when Comey's sharp eyes were fixed on Loretta Lynch.
Loretta Lynch met with Bill Clinton on the tarmac to discuss something in private. That's curious. Must find out where she got those shoes.
And Obama's abuse of the NSA to spy on Trump.
I want you to get a FISA warrant on everybody in the campaign, all the way down to their dog.
I wish I had the nerve to ask him if he even knows how much I'm into him.
Read Comey's chapter, Hillary's Secret Email Server.
Note, this is disturbing. Must protect Hillary from herself at all cost. But how?
And his account of the inauguration.
And we will restore the rule of law.
What exactly does he mean by that? Must call Bob Mueller and tell him Donald Trump isn't morally fit to be president. But Hillary is.
A higher loyalty to the left, truth, lies, and what's the difference? Not heavy enough for a doorstop and too thin to spank the cat. Now, an important announcement from WhiteHouse.shove.
Because of the success of our online comparative policy biographies of past presidents and me, millions have marveled at the fact that Franklin D. Roosevelt's D-Day decision was almost as important as my decision to get bin Laden. And now, we're adding a new interactive feature, the Build-A-Berry Composite Biography.
With the Build-A-Berry Composite Biography, you can try to fill in the blanks about America's 44th president, like his college grade average,
A plus, triple A,
his early work experience,
Oracle, origami, organizer,
his place of birth,
Kansas, Kentucky, Kenya,
and his most influential role model,
Mao Zedong, Mao's wife. No, make that Ronald Reagan.
The Build-A-Berry Composite Biography, only at WhiteHouse.shove. It's time for another O in the White House. Oprah's not only a global media superstar, but also the heaviest health spokesman since George Foreman to tell us how to eat.
On my plan, you can eat anything!
She's the perfect choice as the Democratic nominee, with even greater skill than Obama at giving away stuff to build her base.
Everyone gets a new car!
Imagine Dr. Oz in charge of America's health.
We just rub some Jamba Juice on it, and your cancer is cured.
Dr. Phil as Secretary of State.
Kim, buddy, you just never had any kind of boundaries growing up. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Oprah will tell you what books to read and what ointments to use to reduce the bags under your eyes as you watch her all day, every day, for 8 long years. And as a close friend of Harvey Weinstein,
Johnny gets a new car!
Can win. Oprah versus Trump 2020. It's no contest. We've all heard the young, angry voices on the left forming mobs and losing their collective minds. But please don't get angry, because somewhere a mother is crying. Somewhere a father is banging his head in shame. And somewhere a grandparent is disinheriting the little numbskull. So smile and enjoy the moment. This message brought to you in the public interest by the EIB Network. Now a message from President Barack Obama about today's ATF.
My fellow Americans, in the past, the ATF just regulated the sale of alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Pretty boring. But under my administration, we've expanded their mandate to boost the nation's economy with cool new programs like Operation Fast and Furious, where we sold over 2,500 illegal firearms on the Mexican border in record time. Operation Blackout. To help sell new cars, we gave away free cases of liquor to anyone buying a government motors car with a DUI conviction and a suspended license. And Operation Puff More. We need a new generation of smokers to pay taxes. So we rewarded Atlanta school children for their good grades with a carton of smokes.
Today's modern Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Who knows what they'll do next?
Holder, put that bottle down and leave that alone.
A lot of us are not going to let that happen.
Ever wonder how Barbara Boxer keeps that uptight, uncomfortable look all day long? She's got her thong on. And now you can keep it uptight too. Celebrate spring with the environmental thong made with dried leaves, moss, and twigs. Or keep leaks to yourself with a dependable Pat Leahy model. It only leaks when you want it to. All our boxers are unisex and come in only one size, extra, extra small, for that uniquely uptight look that's so fashionable with your left-wing buddies. Now you too can look uptight and uncomfortable all day long. And if you ever feel a smile coming on, just cinch it up a little higher. Just ask Ron Reagan Jr. So just throw out the old boxers and get your thong on with the Barbara Boxer Thong Collection. Check out the Barbara Boxer Thong Collection wherever left-wing loonies are found. Now, a message of fairness from President Barack Obama.
To move our nation forward, we have often used affirmative action to right the wrongs of past discrimination. Now is the time to complete our nation's journey by ending discrimination of the ugly.
Studies show that the ugly are likely to earn 10 to 15% less than their counterparts at work. And the aesthetically challenged are shut out from some occupations entirely, like lingerie models.
I'm sorry, I'd love to hire you, but we don't have anything in your size. Ever.
Barack, did you hear this, man? Yes, dear.
Movie stars.
What does Ben Affleck got that I don't have? Well,
changing the law may even bring some social benefits beyond the workplace.
Mr. Flint, Miss Pelosi is here for the December issue cover shoot.
Oh, close it down. I quit.
For more information on how you may qualify for Uglo American Affirmative Action, contact your representative or the nearest mirror.
Discrimination. It's an ugly thing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's start the party.
Is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Hey, we're back. This is Rhea Barnes, Sunday Long Live. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. We've got the lovely Silo from Down Under. We're going to play the Roots Reggae as we usually would in the background because we love Roots Reggae, right? I hope you enjoyed the adverts. I'm giggling away here. I love those adverts. Do you love those adverts? I hope you get them. I really do. Hey, Silo, how's things down south your ends? Okay, we got no Silo, so let's get Silo. Sorry, guys. Where's he gone? Silo, can you hear me? Oh, he's got no output. Sorry, guys. Silo, we got a problem. We're going to go to a song while we get Silo online, guys. Or we're just going to hang with Silo, otherwise he won't be able to sound check. Silo, I can't hear you. I can see the green light, but I can't see you coming into the studio. Now we've got a problem. Nope, still can't hear you, sweetie. Yep, sorry guys, technicals. We spoke not long ago, so I don't know what's happened there. I guess this kind of thing happens. Okay, we're going to go over to a song.
Try this.
Got it.
Oh, sorry, darling. You got me now?
Yeah.
We were talking earlier, but I was listening because I couldn't say anything to you because you're live on air, darling.
Okay, well, how are things down south?
Yeah, really good, darling. And g'day to everyone. Sorry about that. I didn't mean.
Yeah, all going well then. That's an intro for you, isn't it? Oh my goodness. What's the biggest?
Yeah, caught me at it. All right, I'll just run through a few headlines. South Wales Police dismantle 5.2 million drug lab. I thought that was quite interesting, a few dollars worth there. Where Australian nun forced out of the Philippines. So I thought I might get into maybe go through and either discuss a few things between ourselves as well, Ria.
Okay, no worries, guys. Right, we're going to go to a song and let me just sort a few things out with Silo here. I'm just looking for something that may lift your Sunday, and I'm going to go for Joni Mitchell and Big Yellow Taxi because it's a lovely Sunday song, and let's sort this out, guys. Back in a mo.
Up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum. Charge the people $1.50 just to see them. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, or leave me the birds and the bees. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Late last night, I heard the screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. I said, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
Fingers crossed, guys, it'll work this time round. Silo, so what's your big stories down in Australia, darling, please?
Well, I thought I'd start with he is reporting on authorities in St Kilda, which is a suburb of Victoria, have banned alcohol on the beach in response to the latest African gang attacks. And he's wondering if it'll work. And I thought that I hadn't thought that. I'll bring that to the forefront. I know the gang attacks are becoming a bit of a talking point, especially in Victoria. I'm just wondering if you heard of anything about our gang attacks or anything like that over this way?
I was just about to ask you that. I don't know about the gang attacks. So what's the deal with the gang attacks then?
I think it's even amongst themselves, like I don't want to even name them because I'm not really sure. It's not in my east, but all I know, it's something that is popping up in the news. But usually when these gangs, like, they don't even say who they are. Like, they won't name the origin of the people that are fighting in these gangs. They're just saying they're gang attacks. So I know like these refugees they're setting up in these little communities, all banding together. I'm just hope they're not doing it like the amount of love we're showing. See why they would, but maybe that's something that they're just very scared, maybe, because the people react differently when they're scared compared to when they're taking over or trying to control something. So and I have noticed a little bit in we've got one or two suburbs that are starting to become predominantly one sort of culture. So I don't know if it's because we're so isolated and such a small population that I'm not noticing. Like Melbourne's probably 2 to 3 times our population in the same kind of expanse or area, spread over the same kind of area. Maybe that, I don't know. Maybe we just have to start highlighting these things like Avi's doing and get about it. Maybe that's how we're starting to find out the root of all these problems. Because I can't understand, like you're in, and it's a lot of cultures over a lot of years have come here and adapted and evolved, and I can't understand why all of a sudden people can't adapt and evolve to be Australian.
Well, it's not that difficult, is it? I don't think it's that difficult. Well, I guess it depends where you come from, because you don't know what culture they've come from. Morning, KH. Thanks for joining us. I've said hello, Sean. I think I've said morning to Sean. It's hard to know. So we're thinking that these attacks are from migrants. Is that what we're thinking?
I think they may amongst themselves. Like, I'm not going to even... You can imagine if you've got all these populations coming in, like if they're fighting amongst themselves over in their homeland, why would they stop if you've moved into suburbs within a new culture, especially one that you don't really understand? And I don't suppose they really respect to do this.
So basically, a culture has been imported. I guess a lot of people can relate to this, where you import a culture where attacks are commonplace and they've just brought it with them. I mean, the argument for importing terror is quite a big one, isn't it? Because I think the less travelled, the less culturally experienced people think that when they see people coming in, and if they look like the neighbours, that they're like the neighbours, and they're just not. And I've been fortunate enough to experience like loads of different cultures. And when I was crossing from country to country, and a lot of it, the culture shock from each country is pretty big. It's a pretty big shock. I remember going from Morocco, for example. So if you take the crossing from southern Spain to Morocco, they say it's the shortest distance and the biggest shock. And oh my God, I sailed from southern Spain to Tangiers for the first time. This was some time ago, some years ago. And the culture shock will knock you over. It will knock you over. You will, if you've never been to a culture like that before, like Tangier, you will just be dumbfounded by what you arrive into. It is so not the West. It's shockingly not the West. And so for these people, their daily grind, if you like, and their daily putting food on the table and their daily getting by is so different. And to be honest, I don't think anybody, this is my own view and nobody else's, nobody should be allowed to open borders from cultures that they know nothing about. I think they should go and live there for at least a month and go, you soak that up, you soak that culture up, and you come back and you tell me what you experienced. Because when you travel from the West to Africa or from the West into the Middle East a bit less so, but when you travel down into Africa, which is obviously largely Islamic, as soon as you get there, you're going to get called to prayer. That's their culture, that's their gig, it's okay. But when you listen to people, it's naturally more aggressive. It's a more aggressive day-to-day speaking to each other, right? So that will take you by surprise. And then as you go through, is what they see is a walking dollar sign. So it's all about the money. So nothing new there, right? But if you don't look local, you're just a walking dollar sign, an absolute walking dollar sign. Never mind if you've got a pair of Nike trainers on or whatever. Don't do that. Don't cross into such a place with like brand names on. You're going to last about 2 minutes. The old saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So you'll do that. And then I crossed from Morocco into Algeria, and it was way more shocking again, because you could listen to a couple of Algerians having a chat, and it looks like it's just regular talk. It just looks like they're just having a full-on go at each other, and it's just a regular chat. So the people that go, oh yeah, I mean, you got that leading phrase from the EU as well about open borders, haven't you? These dudes haven't been there. They have no clue what's going on. They go on this moral kind of, I don't know, power trip, if you like, to equalise out humanity, and which obviously isn't very nature-like. That's not the way nature works. Nature is hardcore cruel, and to even these things out. But they got no idea what life is like with these people coming over. Not a clue. Does that resonate with you, Silo?
Yes, it does. I've got a friend that just come back from Croatia. He come here. I think his parents were fleeing. You know how the Croatians are having that war. So his parents fled to Australia. So he's grown up basically Australian, and he went back over because his mum and dad dragged him over to meet all the family over there because, it's been a fair few years. Questioned him quite hard when he got back, just trying to get an understanding what it's like over there, a bit like. And he was saying how even in amongst his own family, it was like you could see that hardness that they're trying to encroach on their society, how that was starting to come out in all the people. And I think, I don't know, he was so grateful that he was able to come to Australia and to grow up in Australia. And once again, and these people are leaving places like that. I can't understand why they want to bring that here. This is my biggest problem.
That's a good question. They lifted on the morals. Morning, John Wayne's Guns. Morning. Anybody I haven't said hello to? Totally. Is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play you another song because Silo's not coming in the best, is he? So I'm just going to restart some stuff in the background here while I play you a song. I'll carry on a bit more about culture, what it means, why we're in a cultural crisis in many different Western countries. You can drop it in the chat. We'll try and pick up on it on the other side of this. I'm going to play you something a little bit more uplifting, and it's Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel.
The new online radio that makes you happy.
The new online radio that makes you happy. I hope we make you happy on this Sunday. This is Ria Bowen, Sunday Long Live with the lovely Silo down in Perth, Australia. Hike from Northern California would usually be around, but that's not happened today. But I guess that's life, right? We're talking about culture shock, culture crisis in the West, and we're talking about importing terror and importing and losing our culture at the same time and creating a void. I hope you're all doing well in the chat. So we was talking about what it's like to go and we've got people making decisions in our governing world that are supposed to be public representatives. Well, as a person that represents me being the public, would you kindly go and live in the territory, the region, the country where you import these people from to see what is standard in their world, to see what education they have as they come over and to see exactly what you're importing? Just put the moral argument aside for 1 second that you want to play God and sidestep the rules of nature to make everything equal. And you go live there for a bit and you come back and you come talk to me and tell me what you saw. And did you see what I saw? Because what I saw would scare the pants off the average Westerner. I've got to say, it is a different place. Hugely different. Silo, your thoughts? Hopefully it works better this time.
My thoughts are it's the fact that you've got to travel to see these different cultures, but nowadays it's like you only got to go to a couple of suburbs. Because we were talking about this, I was just trolling through our news over here, just having a look at a few articles, and I come across one from Ozpol News, and it says Muslims shouldn't wish Christians a Merry Christmas, and wives can never refuse sex. How fundamentalist Muslim groups to Australian society. It's like, this is what I mean, and we're these about it in front of like populations, let alone their own churches. Acceptable. It's like something goes, wait up, Chumbi. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're just allowed to say whatever they want. The moment you try and say, wait up, Chumbi, they're all screaming at you. No, that's... And well, I didn't think that was Australian for a start, do you know what I mean? You're supposed to pull people up. Well, that was a household I grew up in, that's for sure.
Totally. Well, there's your different cultures, right? And a great comment from John Wayne Guns. Sinead O'Connor is a confused soul. Yeah, she's a tortured soul. Wait for the uproar when she ditches her newfound faith or ideology. Very interesting comment. Yeah, well, she's got to arrive there first, hasn't she? I mean, Cat Stevens sort of, he joined, then left and joined again, maybe? Is that what went on? Not exactly sure. But the point is to refer back to the point is, what someone else does in their own culture and the way their own culture has evolved is what it is. It's none of my business, you know. When I travel to another country, I've got to respect their culture. It's just, they're my values, you know. I'm not going to go in there. I mean, it would be like me going up. I'm not Christian, right? But it'd be like me going to Mecca and going, do you know what I think we could do with a church there, a Christian church? Is that going to work out? I don't think that's going to work out very well, is it? So we have these huge double standards. And the bigger concern is that, do these people know that are responsible for importing different cultures that are hugely different, and may well turn out to be alpha predators? I don't know the way this works. You got good people and you got not so good people. But the people making the decisions, I don't think they have a clue. They don't have a clue what's going on, I've got to say. So we got one in from KH. Imagine the staunch observers are worried about Sinead and the song that sang was supposed to be sung, it moved, only by men, so she is already causing crap, says KH. John Wayne says, wonder what she's going to do about all those Roman Catholics. That's going to be a tough gig, but I think there's places for her to go, isn't there? Because I don't know enough about Irish culture and political discourse. I've been there, I've been to Southern Ireland, but I still, I'm not that in tune with the here and now of it at all. But when I heard the argument, they did the referendum last week on the blasphemy law, didn't they? And it turned out it went the right way, they wasn't going to uphold this silly blasphemy law, which is essentially the lack of freedom of speech if you speak against a certain ideology of any kind. And there was some pushback against it. So I think Sinead O'Connor will have somewhere to go with open arms, actually. What do you think about the Sinead O'Connor story, Silo?
Yeah, sorry, darling, I haven't been following Sinead. It's like anyone that's in that sort of scene, it's a bit of a taboo in my scene. At the moment, it's a distraction about her. They're not worrying about what really is going on. That's how I sort of see these things.
Yeah, no, I get that. I absolutely get that. Let me take some chat because you're putting them in there. Night and Day says Sinead O'Connor's eyes may eventually be opened if they ask her to strap on a belt. John Wayne, can anyone name an actual peaceful religion? Buddhism? The Tao? Does that work for you? I don't know if that works for you, but that's the first thing that springs to mind. I can't think of any more ideology than Buddhism and the Tao that's more peaceful myself. What else has she got? God damn it, says she has a Jesus tattoo on her chest. She has short hair, which is haram for women. Okay, that's interesting. What type of religion? So this is from Colson. Oh, right, you're chatting amongst yourselves. Ria, I was referring to Catholic tattoos. Sorry, out of context, darling. Entirely my fault. I'm really quite good at taking them out of context. Let me say hello to the good people in D Live. Noddy, morning Noddy. I hope you're doing well. Joss is in there as well. Anybody else? Not that I can see. We got properly trolled this morning, so that's a first. Most we've ever seen in D Live, and they're all trolls. Kind of made me chuckle as well. Yeah, we're working on Silo's audio, but we've done what we can, so Silo's audio is what it is for today, I've got to say. Silo, any more stories from down under? Tell me about Avi, Silo. What's going on with that Avi? Has he returned, or is he making much noise? Because there's a march or something going on, isn't there? Could you tell us more about Avi, please?
Yeah, I think his little trip to England and his little time spent with Tommy has really motivated him. Like, I don't know him personally, and he is on the other side of Australia, but I do follow his Twitter feed, and I can almost feel the energy in his Twitter feed to keep this momentum going. Like, I don't know how much of a support base he has around. It must be getting bigger. And with when he's highlighting these gang wars and things like that, that's starting to wake up a fair few people. And what he does is he speaks the truth, and anyone that speaks the truth is going to get noticed nowadays, especially in amongst all these people trying to tell us a whole pile of crap, or lies, should I say.
That's all right, crap's fine. And so Tommy Robinson is going to do a tour in Australia. Avi is obviously going to be, well, not obviously, I don't know this, assuming Avi is fairly fundamental in the arrangement of this. Any news? Have you heard anything in the mainstream, in the chat rooms, anything at all about Tommy Robinson going to Australia?
There's one chat room that is Australian, and they do follow like Julian Assange. There's a bit of muttering in there, very, very little amongst the Americans. And the English are so concerned about Tommy and what's going on at the moment that I'm finding it hard to squeeze any kind of Australian influence into anything. At the moment, we've got Avi back, and hopefully that's why he's motivated, waiting and getting everyone prepared for Tommy. Because I think at the moment there's talk about us banning him like we did everyone else, like Lawrence Southern and Milo, all the other so-called right-wingers that come here to speak to the populace.
On with you. I just had one in from Powder saying, Rehoboth, it isn't him, it's YouTube is buffering bad. I'm just looking at it now and I can see the problem there. So we have a pretty big problem here, guys. We appear the stream is up and down like a yo-yo, so apologies. I'll keep an eye on it. If it's bad, I'll shut the thing down because it's just too painful otherwise, isn't it? But we'll hustle through it. But the internet is all over the place. I could cut the stream and start again though, so that's my only option to keep the stream going. But it is really up and down. But at the minute we're full bandwidth, so oh right, so it's the first time I've had the bandwidth up on screen. I'm just watching it go up and down. Is it really bad, guys? Is it really bad your end? I don't know. It probably is, isn't it? So fortunately we're not on video, so it shouldn't be too bad. Right, is what I'm going to do, I think. I'm going to play a tune, then we're going to come back and I'm going to watch the output stream, and I may well re-trigger the stream in one go, but it seems to be coming back at this point in time. It's all over the place, blimey. But the internet has been pretty bad, isn't it? I've got to say. So we'll hustle along with what we've got for the time being. It's the first time I've brought the meter up on screen. It's quite off-putting to see, actually. What else have we got here? Colson, right, you're speaking to Colson. Colson says, I don't want to take this chat out of context. Oh, here we go, Night and Day Rear. Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Buddhism is about as peaceful as it gets in our world. I think so, from what I know of Buddhism, and I've had a pretty good look at it, I've got to say. Powder, just every now and then, says Powder. Thank you, Powder. Stream is not too bad, says God damn it. Morning, Ed, PK 3501. I'm just going to check some stuff out this end. It's only the Aussie that is giving me audio issues. You're giving them some grief. I've got to say. Right, let's take a tune. What tune are we going to take for a Sunday? I think we're going to kick it back. Everybody likes this one. I haven't played it in a while, but I do love the tune. And this is something just to kick back while I put the kettle on, hang out, and just try and step up the quality of the stream that we've got to you. And this is Keith Urban, Blue Isn't Your Colour.
I can see you over there staring at your drink, watching that I sink all alone tonight. And chances are you're sitting here in this bar, 'cause he ain't gonna treat you right. Well, it's probably not my place, but I'm gonna say it anyway, 'cause you look like you hadn't felt the fire, had a little fun, hadn't had a smile in a little while, baby. Blue looks good on the sky, looks good on that neon buzzing on the wall, but darling, it don't match your eyes. I'm telling you, you don't need that guy. It's so black and white, he's stealing your thunder. Baby, blue ain't your color. I'm not trying to be another just pick you up kind of guy, trying to drink you up, trying to take you home. But I don't understand how another man can take your sun and turn it ice cold. Well, I've had enough to drink, and it's making me think that I just might tell you, if I were a painter, I wouldn't change you, I'd just paint you bright, baby. 'Cause blue looks good on the sky, looks good on that neon buzzing on the wall, but darling, it don't match your eyes. I'm telling you, you don't need that guy. It's so black and white, he's stealing your thunder. Baby, blue ain't your color. No, no, no. frozen on the wall, but darling, it don't match your eyes. I'm telling you, you don't need that guy. It's so black and white, he's stealing your thunder. Baby, blue ain't your color. Blue ain't your color. No, baby. Come here, baby. Let me light up your world.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
We make you happy. Okay, we're back, guys. Welcome back. This is Rhea Bowen, the lovely Silo from Perth down in Australia. I was just watching the stream bandwidth. It's all over the place, guys. So if you find this painful, I'll shut it down and reset the link, okay? So I don't want you just going through a load of pain and it's difficult. I try hard to bring you quality audio and quality sound, and just to have it blitzed by a rubbish. Yeah, Powder, Keith Urban, very sexy. Yeah, no, here to that one. Lindsay, morning Lindsay, how you doing? The time right now is the 4th of November on Sunday Long Live, and it is just gone 11 a.m. in the UK, and I hope you're all having a lovely Sunday. That was Keith Urban, Blue Isn't Your Colour. I love a 6/8 shuffle. Silo, what else have you got going on your ends?
Well, I thought I'd start. A police report I come across. It's only just been posted. But the New South Wales Police $5.2 million drug lab. A man has been charged with prohibited drug, has been seized in New South Wales. They dismantled a large-scale clandestine drug lab in Sydney southwest. It's a giant, it's a picture, an overhead picture of a shed in the middle of the bush. They seized 1.4 kilos used to manufacture Mangle in May of this year, more than 21 kilo of MDMA powder and pills, 28 litres of GHB, 13 kilos of precursors and other substances were later seized on October the 24th. So it sounds like they got caught and moved base and got caught again. The detectives are now investigating links between two other properties. So they must have been spreading themselves out. For several offences, including large commercial drug manufacture and large commercial drug supply. Now, what I noticed about this, no names are mentioned, and I find that's unusual. Why wouldn't they give you his name? So that's New South Wales, and you look at his property and you think he could grow a few mullies out there, and why do these people do this? So it just makes me think it's gang related. Like, how do you get hold of those kind of weights anyway? Do you know what I mean? It's like, is it a big thing over you, or these powder things? Like, we've had houses blown up in the middle of suburbs because they've got drug labs in them, especially rentals.
No, we don't have any such things in the UK. I wouldn't have a clue, sweetie, to be honest. I'm looking at the stream. Right, guys, this is what I'm going to do. You be cool out there. I'm going to shut the stream down. I'm going to reset the link, and I think it'll all be fine because the internet is all over the place and I can't do it, right? So I'm going to be back in literally 2 minutes. So hang around, 2 minutes. I'm going to shut it down. You're going to see the stream start again, and we're going to start on a new high-speed link that I'm just looking at. And as I'm speaking, it's like it seems to have settled. But Silo keeps going Dalek-y, doesn't he? Quite a good Dalek, though. But it's still a bit painful to listen to, isn't it? Yeah, look, it's still all over the place. Right, I'm going to reset the link. I'm going to shut the stream down, and we'll be back in literally 60 seconds, okay, guys? Stick with it. I'll be back. Stay cool. Back in a